Well, the Seahawks hit the road again, this time to face a division opponent in LA. I'm Jen Mueller alongside John Boyle from Seahawks.com with three key matchups for Sunday's game. And I feel, John, like we always start here when we talk about the Rams, but it is Aaron Donald against that offensive line.
It is. Pretty much anytime these two teams meet, you're going to start with Aaron Donald because he can just wreck the game by himself. He's that good, and he's doing it again this year. This is his fifth straight season with double-digit sacks, which is just absurd for an interior lineman. So the Seahawks, it's going to be a team effort. You're going to see double teams. You got to throw a lot of different looks at him, but you can't let him wreck the game. That's priority number one for any offense facing the Rams.
Well, and you need to keep him and really that entire defensive front guessing. That plays into our second key matchup, the run game. And the way Rashad Penny ran last week, that could go well against this defensive front.
Exactly. As Pete Carroll said this week, the best way to deal with the Rams pass rush is to not let them rush in really obvious pass rushing situations. So you got to be good on first and second down, get those chunks of yardage. And the Seahawks know when they run the ball well, that's when their offense functions best. We saw it last week in Houston. Seahawks rushed for a season high 193 yards, and Rashad Penny had a career best game with 137 yards. Pete Carroll said they're looking to get him going again. He's going to kind of be the lead guy again this week. And look, it's been hard for him to get the opportunities because he's been hurt, but when he's had opportunities, he's been really good. He has 4 games in his career with more than 10 carries. He has 448 yards and 5 touchdowns in those 4 games. So they're going to feed him the ball. It's going to be tough, though. That's a stingy Rams run defense. They're only allowing 100 rushing yards a game and 3.9 yards per carry.
Okay, but you want to keep the offense on the field to keep the defense fresh because you know they are going to have their hands full with Cooper Kupp, particularly the guys in the secondary.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp, a guy from Yakima. Seahawks fans probably remember him all the way back to his days at Eastern Washington. He's been really good throughout his career. He's just been insane this year. He leads the NFL in receiving yards, receptions, receiving touchdowns. He's on pace to have an all-time great receiving season, especially since they lost Robert Woods. They're really feeding him the ball, putting up huge numbers week in, week out. He has over 90 yards in all but one game this season. Countering that, Seahawks have been pretty good in the secondary, especially the second half of this season. They made some changes at cornerback, obviously, earlier in the year, and that's paid off. That Rams game, last time they met, Seahawks allowed a season-high 13 explosive plays. Since then, they're the best in the league at stopping the explosives, allowing an average of 4.5 a game. So they've been really good at keeping it in check, but it's going to be a tough test against Kupp in that passing game.
Well, and in 4 of the last 5 games, the Seahawks defense have held opponents to 20 or fewer points. Now, the flip side of this is the Rams are averaging about 28 points a game. So we'll see how that plays out. But in the meantime, John Boyle has everything you need to know at Seahawks.com, and you can listen to the game on the Seahawks Radio Network.